So here we are with episode 2. We're just looking for a venue. G.A. Phillips, did that say? Yep, Phillips. Yeah, that will do. We're gonna go ahead and book today's episode now. Of course, yesterday's episode wasn't last week's episode wasn't particularly great. Well, I suppose if I'm planning to do this daily, it kind of was yesterday's episode. Show history and like, yep. So we only got a 54 rating, but we got 5 million people to watch from the States, which isn't too bad if you ask me. But we're not going for not too bad. We're going for a decent show, and it's going to take a while for us to get a really good show up and going. It's really going to be in the last in round 2 and also the finals where we're going to get those really good shows. And but once again, it's not really about that. It's about just working with what we have and trying to put something together for it. So today's show is going to be Defy, who will be taking on Ho Ho Lin. Harris Shearer will be taking on Drew Gulak. Noam Dar will be taking on Tommy End, and Zack Sabre Jr. will be taking on Tyson Dukes. So that is what today's episode is going to be, and I'm just going to go ahead and book it now. And yeah, see you soon. So that's the show booked now. Another quite short show, but that's really what it's all about, isn't it? Just these nice little one-hour shows that build up to the sort of main part of the tournament. So a 51-minute match, not a bad match to start off the show with. Drew Gulak defeat Harv Shearer by submission in the 7th minute. Just before the 8th minute even, with a Gulak. It wasn't a terrible match. Drew Gulak gets a in-ring performance of 59, whereas Harv Shearer gets a 38. So definitely chose the right person to go over to put on a strong match in the in our first pay-per-view, which is of course round 2. Then we go on to Zack Sabre Jr.'s match up against Tyson Dukes in a match that lasts 13 minutes. And Zack Sabre Jr. actually picks up the win here against Tyson Dukes, as you might have guessed, by pinfall whenever he delivers a Sabre driver. 73 in-ring performance for Zack Sabre Jr. So I'm really looking forward to what he and Drew Gulak can do with each other in that match. Tyson Dukes gets an in-ring performance of 39, so not a bad match at all, but probably the best one that we've had so far. But then we have a 39-minute segment, which fair enough, Noam Dar isn't particularly the best in the mic. Maybe that contributes to the poorness of this year event. After all, he's been working on the indie scene for how long, rather than not really having a chance to really do that sort of entertaining promo sort of side to it all. Not that wrestling isn't entertaining, I personally think it's better, but anyway, we're getting away from the point. We have Renee Young here with Noam Dar, and she says, Noam Dar, in the main event tonight you will be taking on Tommy End. Do you have any words you'd like to say on that? And Noam Dar says simply, there isn't too much I have to say, apart from it's simply going to be the end of Tommy End. And then we go into our next segment with wow, that was a bad match. Defy takes on Ho Ho Lun in a terrible match, completely abysmal. 28 in-ring performance for Defy, and an in-ring performance of 21 for Ho Ho Lun. Ultimately comes to a 26-minute match, which is terrible. In 9 minutes, Defy beats Ho Ho Lun with a magic carpet ride. Not a good match at all. So Defy goes through to go up against whoever wins in our main event tonight. But before we get to the main event, we get another 30-minute segment, 34-minute segment, hyping up the match between Chavo Guerrero Jr. and Kota Ibushi next week. Wow, 41 minutes, that was terrible. Noam Dar has an in-ring performance of 33, not good at all. And Tommy End has an in-ring performance of 58, so not good at all. No, that's bad. It was a technical rated match as well. A technical masterpiece as well. So that kind of took away from it because the crowd wasn't into it. But hopefully, when we get to a pay-per-view, we can put on a technical rated match, and it will be great. But not in this case, as it's sort of the power guys who haven't been knocked out, and in this case, one of the power guys went forward. But again, it's about seeing who I would book in real life going forward with what we've got available to us. But we're going to go ahead and end the show here with a 44 rated night, 44 rated show that lost its popularity in 11 regions. But again, it's not really about that. It's about what we're presenting and what we're doing. We're not going to focus too much on ratings. Whereas if this was my Ring of Honor career mode, my Ring of Honor game, any other sort of game where I'm doing it for the long haul, we're going to be caring about the ratings a lot more. But we're going to go ahead and continue now, and we'll have a look at the first 4 matches that have been booked for the Cruiserweight Championship round 2. So this is what the card looks like so far for the Cruiserweight Classic round 2. We have Akira taking on Jack Gallagher. Alex Shelley will be taking on PJ Black. And just to clarify, the winner of those 2 matches, so whoever wins out of Akira and Jack Gallagher's match will take on whoever wins out of Alex Shelley and PJ Black's match, and the same as the next 2 matches, the next 2 matches on the card, which is Noam Dar, who will be taking on Defy, and Zack Sabre Jr., who will be taking on Drew Gulak. So now we will be going on to episode 3, and this was quite a short video here today. Let's have a look at how that show did though before we leave. We did worse than last week, but again, we're not really focusing on that, but it's nice to see sort of the difference. So hopefully we can put on a good show next week. Next week we will be having actually I'll just go and pre-book the next week's show anyway, and yeah. So next week's card looks like this. We will be opening up the show with Brian Kendrick taking on Ivan Kiev. The next match will then be Tony Nese, who will be taking on Adam Cole. Then we will see Cedric Alexander take on Tama Tonga, and then we will have Ibushi take on Chavo Guerrero Jr. So an absolutely huge card next week with Brian Kendrick, Kota Ibushi, Chavo Guerrero and Adam Cole, and I'm really looking forward to next week's show and seeing what we can do with that. But as for right now, we're going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again.